When I started working on my exploring video for The House is October Built, the sequel hadn't been released yet. By the time my video was released, the sequel was out, and I had all kinds of people telling me how good or bad it was. It seemed pretty split right down the middle, with folks either loving it or hating it. I finally checked it out, and I am in the love it camp. I have to admit, after the ending of the first one, I had no idea how they were going to be able to continue this. But much to my surprise, they were able to make it work. For those of you who haven't seen it, The House is October Built was a found footage mockumentary film about a group of friends looking for the ultimate Halloween haunt. They were looking to see how far places would go to scare someone. The first film ended with them being buried alive, so I'd say that's going pretty far to scare someone. I was worried with how the series was going to continue. I mean, after being buried alive, I think I'd personally be done with Halloween. The sequel picks up right where the original left off. Literally. You could splice them both together and make a complete story. Brandy's left on the side of the road, and the group tries to get back to a normal life. The story of their experience spreads, and Brandy becomes known as Coffin Girl. The guys start to get all kinds of offers to come out and film at various haunts, because they're now known worldwide as haunt experts, with Coffin Girl being the celebrity. After a lot of convincing, they get Brandy to go with them, but this time they check out some more unconventional style haunts. The new haunts were amazing and made me want to check them out for real. The Zombie 5K especially. It was loaded with destroyed buildings, a subway, and numerous nods to Resident Evil. That was by far the best. The souped up haunted hayride was really cool too. We don't have anything that elaborate around here. The zombie pub crawl looked fun, but more than a few people said it's not as good as it used to be. That it's become too big and too commercial. As for the film itself, right away you could tell the production value has gone up. It looked great, and the aerial shots from the drones were a perfect complement to the film. While the drone shots in Blair Witch felt like a gimmick, they enhanced this film and did a wonderful job of skirting the line once again of found footage and mockumentary. Also, if you're wondering how a drone filming on a GoPro fits in with a found footage film, it all comes together in the end. The actors come across as adrenaline junkies, and we're starting to get more into it, understanding the extreme nature of the business. While the movie does have a more definitive ending than Part 1, it does leave the door open for Part 3, which I'm really curious to see where that's going to go. It was nice to see Porcelain back, as she's kind of become the mascot of the film. Apparently she's hidden throughout almost the entire movie. That makes me want to go back and look. My complaints about the film were minor. Some of the usual found footage drama was there, the infighting and the arguing, but nothing nearly as bad as something like The Gallows. Brandy once again shined as the lead, and I felt even more sympathy for her this time around. She really didn't want to be involved, but the guys kept pushing her and her good nature gave in. I thought some things weren't really necessary, like the overwhelming need to see laser titties. When we did finally see it, I was glad that would be the end of it. The House is October Built Hellbent ended up surpassing my expectations. I was worried they couldn't recapture the magic of the original, but they did. They not only expanded the story, but did something only a few sequels managed to do. They made you see the original from a different perspective. The new haunts were great, the filming was slick, and the ending was satisfying. The lead up to the end had me a little worried, but I felt it all paid off after everything was revealed. A great companion to the original, and one of the most satisfying horror sequels I've seen in recent years. It's gonna divide people, but a divisive love it or hate it is so much better than just plain mediocre. If you like the original and want to see how far these folks are willing to go for a scare, check it out.